Yo, what's going on, YouTube? This is your boy, King of Hearts, coming at you early this morning. Just want to give y'all a video here coming up to the end of my week 3. I'm about I think I'm at about 120, 130 hours. So almost done. I should be finishing up. I'm on a trip right now, so by the time I get this done, get another load, I should be pretty much done next week, about middle next week. Hopefully, that's the plan. Want to get up early this morning, like I've been getting up. I'm down here in Dallas, Texas. Obviously, something big been going on in Texas. You know, with the whole hurricane, stranded a lot of the people down there. My prayers go out to those. Hopefully, people are safe. I know it took a couple people's lives already. But something to think about in this business, man, as we run it through. For one, the traffic in Dallas yesterday when we came through here, we're heading down to the border to Mexico. The traffic was bad. And that's obviously because most of the highways are shut down to go to Houston, besides for going the way that we're going, and that's going down through Dallas and then making your way over. But something about this career that I like is, you know, we talked to a couple drivers yesterday that are heading down to Houston. It's carrying water, carrying supplies, things to help. You know, and that's the thing about the trucking industry, is that this is the type of stuff that where we can come in as truck drivers and really help out by taking supplies and things like that down there to help in crisis across the United States. You know, Houston, back when they had Katrina, any of those hurricane things like that, or just, you know, the disasters in general, truck drivers are able to get there. Now, you know, the safety, like this one guy we talked to yesterday, he's heading down there, and, you know, obviously people get desperate, so they normally have like the National Guard that will escort them in to make sure they get in safely. They're normally going to unhook or unload. Probably most of the time it's going to be an unhook, and then they escort them back out. Now the time frame, I'm pretty sure there's thousands and thousands of trucks going down there to help out. So, you know, we was telling the guy, you may be down there for a few days because it could take a time to get you unloaded. But you never know. But either way, if you can help out, that'd be great, man. I mean, it's definitely makes you feel better to know that you're doing something to help, but also it helps out the families in need, medical supplies, stuff like that needs to get there. So that's probably one of the top reasons why I'm getting into the trucking industry. Obviously not the only, but I think that that's a big plus when you think about it. So I did some overnight driving again. So I did about 2 more nights of overnight driving. I'm not saying it's not for me. I'm just probably gonna switch to the morning driving. So I've now did all type of driving that you kind of can do: early morning, midday, afternoon, overnight. Overnight is obviously the least traffic, yes, but it is difficult unless, I mean, I'm even a night person. It is still difficult because you're driving on a lonely road for a long period of time, and it's just a high risk if you're not like fully rested. Like, I mean, I'm blasting music. I mean, I was good, but I don't think I could do it back to back. But I mean, if I had to, I would. But think about it, if you go reefer, refrigerated, most of those loads are going to have to be done overnight because you're going to have to be there at like 4 o'clock in the morning, 6 o'clock in the morning, 2 o'clock in the morning. So unless you are running really hard and getting there the night before, you're going to have to be running overnight because they have a smaller window. Dry van is a little different, so you'll learn about different things like that. I don't know if I'm going to do reefer. I probably will, just because I want to get the experience. Right now, as you can see my trailer behind me, you know, we're just driving dry van right now. So, but everybody's going to do that off the bat. But yeah, so my loads, I mean, the run that I'm thinking I'm going to do, because I'm going to do something I learned about not having to take 34s. I don't like taking them. So something I want to give y'all a good heads up, big heads up, especially if you're a family man like I am. If I have a wife, kids, 34-hour resets when you are out here with your mentor it can be really, really challenging. The part of being away from your family kicks in. Being lonesome will kick in. Being a little depressed will kick in. I mean, I've had some really tough days. My mentor we've taken a 34 every weekend that I've been here. Do I agree with that? I probably don't. I don't want to sit down here. Sorry, swinging around here. I don't want to be taking a 34 every single weekend. That is like running almost a local run. I don't know. It's like you're off every, a day and a half every weekend, which some people look at, oh man, that'd be nice. But if I'm at home, if I'm in my home area and I can see my wife and kids, or I'm somewhere that I want to be, then yes. But if you're in the middle of New Mexico, if you're in Arizona, if you're at certain places and you're sitting around for a day and a half, that tends to creep up on you, and it makes you feel like, man, what am I gonna do? And the first weekend, yeah. Do it again, yeah. But the way that I want to run, that way I was told that I think I'm going to try when I get my truck, is a 8-hour to 9-hour clock every day. So that way you don't run your clock and you still can run. So remember, you got a 70-hour clock that you can run. And the reason you do a 34 is because that means you're out of time. That means you probably ran 10 to 11 hours every day for the last 6 or 7 days, and you have to stop because you don't have any more hours to get to the next week, because your hours reset overnight. But if you don't have any time, because the short period of time that you ran doesn't get you to your next week run when you ran the week before, those hours won't reset. But if you run 8 to 9 hours, that will keep you running for 7 days straight. There's no reason you should be going over. And what happens is that every night at midnight, you will get back another 8 hours, 9 hours, and then you can continue to just run. Can it get tiresome? Maybe, yeah. But for one, it's 8 hours to 9 hours. To me, 8 hours, 9 hours in the truck is not that bad. I mean, I've driven, yesterday I drove for 11 hours right at the end of our clock. I mean, down to like 30 minutes again, just because trying to find parking at nighttime because of how busy it is in Dallas. But I don't mind it. I mean, and if you drive in the daytime, like I'm probably going to drive probably around like 5 o'clock in the morning until, I get to that 9 o'clock hour. So you're shutting out pretty early. You wake up 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning, 6, 7, 8, what's that, about 3 or 4 o'clock, and you stop in the afternoon, and you shut down, and then you got the rest of your day to get some rest and get yourself there, and you do the same thing again tomorrow. So shorter hours will work for some of you guys. It seems like it probably work for me, because when I'm out here and I'm away from my family, I want to run. That's my goal. I want to run. If I'm going to be out here for 3 weeks at a time, then I want to run for those 3 weeks. I don't want to sit and sit around unless I have to. Unless, I had a busy week and I had to run my clock all the way down to the last minutes. And then I have to take a 34-hour reset. But then hopefully I can plan it to where I take it where I want to kind of take it, where maybe I take it near my family house or in my state, so that way I can park my truck at a terminal, go home, hang out with my family for that night, get back in the truck and run. Or I go somewhere where I want to be like, oh man, I'm gonna go to Vegas and maybe hang out in Vegas for a day. So that's just my opinion on it. Be prepared though, when you do get with your mentor. It depends on how you go into it. But that realness of being like, man, I'm out here being lonesome, becomes a reality. And I can only imagine when you get your own truck, it's gonna get even more. Because right now you're kind of in a sense of teaming. But I feel like when I get my own truck, then it may get better, because I get my own space. I am a person that I'm okay with being to myself, and that's the thing about trucking. You gotta be able to be out here by yourself, in a smaller space. You may not interact with that many people on a daily basis, and that's it. If you're very social and you need to be around people all the time, I'm not saying you can't. There's a ton of truck stops and everything like that, but that's just, it's something you may not do. It's not like a regular 9-to-5 or regular job where you're around 50, 60, 70, 100 employees and you're all talking. You could be in your truck, once again, 8 hours, 9 hours a day by yourself, stop at nighttime, get some sleep. You may see a couple people, but then you got to get some sleep and do the same thing again tomorrow. But it's all worth it though. Some things to think about. Another thing that I will be doing a little different than my mentor, and I'm with a female, and I can understand it. I remember in school I had a female student that was in my class, and they always said most female students or female drivers will go to truck stops. It's safer. But to me, I think that for one, truck stops, you spend a lot more money. You're gonna spend money because for one, everything there is marked up, but you're also gonna spend it because you may want something to eat, you may want to buy something, whatever, and you don't spend the money. And its parking is always so real. If you don't get there around 3 to 5, you're gonna have a hard time to park, really hard time. So I won't be going to the truck stop as much. Yes, I will go there for the showers, because you do get free showers with your cars, your reward cards, because Swift pays for my gas, so I get free showers for every 50 gallons of gas that they buy. So that's pretty cool, but it won't be something on a regular basis. I'm the guy that's okay with pulling in the rest area. I'm the guy with pulling on for little side parking and sleeping. Like right now, we're at an old gas station right up the highway. Highway is right over there. Like you probably can't see it, but it's right over there. And she was like, oh my gosh, you know, we went into a couple truck stops last night, and it was packed. It was jam packed. And I think she started to get worried because I was like, we're gonna find a place. It may not be the place we want, you know, like a truck stop and all this stuff, but it's gonna be a place, you know, where we can park tonight. And you know, so it's something that I'm okay with. Once again, I think that it keeps you in mind of what you're here for. I'm not about going to the truck stop, hanging out, talking. Next thing you know, you're chatting up and it's 12 o'clock and you should have left 3 hours ago. So that's me. I like to sleep, run. I'm here to run. Like I said, again, from the start, the way I'm built and where I came into this business knowing is that when I'm out here, the days that I'm not away from my family, I'm here to run. I'm here to take loads, hit the road, and put some miles. If I'm not moving, there has to be a real reason I'm not moving. So once again, my opinion. But everything else is going great, man. Swift, like I said, you know, I tell people about the experience with Swift. It's been an awesome experience. I cannot say anything bad. Even from the start with my first mentor being, you know, kind of went off a little wrong, but I can tell you, you know, I'm happy. This is it's a school. It starts you off in trucking and teaches you the experience, and they've done a good job for me anyway. I feel confident enough that I know when I get my own truck that I know how to do the majority of the things on this truck, if not all of them. I will be giving you a walkthrough video, guys, next time. I'm not going to do it right now because I got to get ready to hit the road in a little bit, but just a little pre-trip. Things to start thinking about, looking for, you know, the tandems, how maybe to look down there at your tandem tires in the back, how to maybe look at sliding your tandems, the fifth wheel on the front up there, you know, right up there. We'll be talking a little bit about that. Just start giving y'all some things that I've learned, so that way as you start planning about coming to school or getting on this road, that you'll know some insight, because this is my journey, guys, but my journey is all about helping you guys to give you information at the same time. So continue to subscribe to the channel if you like, put a thumbs up, and always remember, do what you love what you do, and never give up. Keep on pushing every day. This is your boy King of Heart coming at you in Texas. My heart and prayers goes out to those families down there in Houston, and I pray that it will get better. Talk to you guys later.